This week, I've been thinking a lot about personal health and safety and wanted to share a few strategies that I use on a regular basis to stay safe and healthy working as a professional organizer. Now, these are things I recommend doing during normal operations of your business and are, of course, secondary to any mandatory restrictions in place by your local government during a health crisis. Hi, I'm professional organizer Katherine. I help you live a life with less clutter so you can have space for the things that truly matter. Okay, my first tip to you is, of course, do not work when you are sick and encourage your clients to cancel their appointments if they are ill. So the way this works in my world, if I wake up and I'm just not feeling great, something's a little off, I take my temperature, and if I have a temperature, I always call my clients to cancel. And of course, I encourage them to do the same. I've certainly had many calls over the years with a client. I may even be out the door on my way to their house, and they call and they say, I've got a temperature, or my child is home sick today. Can we reschedule? And so, of course, I'm going to reschedule that appointment. I'm going to waive my cancellation policy. I'm not going to charge them a fee if there is an illness that is preventing them from having their appointment, because of course, I don't want to go to my client's house when they are sick. Now, my cancellation policy is just one of the terms in my service agreement that I have with my clients. And in your service agreement, you could certainly add in something about health and illness, and to encourage your clients not to have you in their home if someone there is sick. Tip number 2 is to always have mask and gloves with you. I like to use an N95 mask and my Atlas gloves, and I always keep those in my organizing bag. Lately, I've been carrying this foldable mask that comes in little individual plastic cases, and I like it because it just slips right around your ears. Now, of course, I checked Amazon and this mask is not available currently. I'm still going to put the link in the description because I'm hoping that they get it back in stock, or you can at least take a look and see something similar. The important thing is that it is an N95, and that means it's going to filter out 95% of the particles that you breathe. And I suffer from indoor allergies, like dust is a big allergy for me. So having a mask on a job with me is a lifesaver. Now, the gloves that I absolutely love are these Atlas gloves. There's so many reasons I love these gloves. One, they come in size small. Now, I know a lot of professional organizers are women, and in my opinion, most of the gloves out on the market that you find at a home improvement store, they are just too big. So I order these in small, and they fit my hands perfectly. They also come in medium and large. What I love about them is they have just a little bit of a tacky grip. So believe it or not, I've actually gotten a lot of paper cuts while doing my job because I deal with a lot of paper. And wearing these gloves while I do paperwork is awesome. They have a nice, just sort of sticky grip so you can sort of filter through papers and your hands don't get dirty and you don't get those nasty paper cuts. They are washable, so after you wear them on a job, you can come home and wash them. I do find that after I've washed them, maybe half a dozen times, they sort of lose that sort of tackiness, but they're really inexpensive, so I order, just a couple of packs of those to have on hand. And they also offer a little bit of puncture resistance. And this is great if you are sort of digging into, clearing out a bag or a purse or something, and you don't know what you're sort of sticking your hands into. These are also great if you're organizing sewing things, and, you might come across like sharp little sewing needles or something. And believe it or not, one time I had to organize fishing equipment in a garage, and I was absolutely so happy I had my gloves on to deal with fish hooks, which I certainly had to be more careful with. And I don't think these gloves would give me full puncture resistance, but it was enough for me to feel comfortable and that I didn't get any type of like cuts on my hands or anything while working in this garage. Okay, tip number 3, wash your hands before leaving your client's house. So I'm typically going to wash my hands, hot soapy water before I leave my client's house. And then just for extra protection, I have some hand sanitizer in my car and in my organizing bag. Tip number 4 is to control your allergies. Now, you may not be an allergy sufferer and this does not apply to you, but I've gotten a couple of comments on my YouTube channel asking me about, is this a good job for people with allergies? And I do have allergies, and of course I do work as a professional organizer, but I'm very mindful of controlling my allergies. So I do take allergy pills. I take a Zyrtec or sometimes Allegra, and I keep some extra in my bag in case I forget, because there's nothing worse than me going on site and there's some dust or just something that's going to trigger my allergies, and I do not want to have a big sneezing fit in my clients' homes. I know that I'm not sick exactly. I know that it's allergies, but I don't want to have those runny eyes and runny nose and sneezing when I'm in my clients' homes. So if you do suffer from allergies, you may want to figure out some way to manage that while you're working as a professional organizer. And it may just be a matter of wearing your mask and gloves a little more often than people without allergies. But, there are going to be things that you're going to breathe in while doing this job, especially if you're moving around a lot of things in sort of the back of a closet. It could get a little dusty, and maybe things that you do not come in contact with in your day-to-day life. Tip number 5, bring your own food and drink. I don't remember where I heard this, but it was definitely in something I read or one of my courses that I took back in the day. It's that you do not want to accept food and drink at someone's house. Now, I have certainly had many cups of tea and a couple of cookies and things at my clients' houses over the years. I can't say I've completely followed that rule strictly. However, there have been times where I did not want to accept food and drink, and I always have my own food, snacks, drinks. I carry a hot tea and a protein drink and a bottle of water and all those snacks. I always have those with me. And often my clients do offer me, coffee or something while I'm there. And I say, no, thank you, because I have my own drinks. So it's pretty easy to avoid eating and drinking things from your clients when you have your own supply. I hope that gives you a basis for creating your own health and safety policies for your business. If you are just getting started setting up your business and want templates and samples of the forms that I use to run my professional organizing business, I've put a link in the description of this video with instructions on how to get your copy of Essential Forms for Professional Organizers. And don't forget to follow or subscribe for more videos on downsizing, decluttering, and the business of organizing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.